Just changing gears a little bit here. I know you in your previous lives have worked for large companies and smaller companies, and you returned back to a smaller family company after being at Sun Chemical for years.
Correct.
And what was it about wanting to come back to a smaller family company type environment that attracted you to Triangle in the first place?
I guess I'll go back to my years at Sun Chemical, which is a much larger, multi-billion-dollar international company. Great experience, a lot of exposure to many different things, acquiring companies, getting out new product lines, a lot of things that because of the size, a lot of movement up the ladder, so to speak. But a large company doesn't have the personality or the culture of a family company. It's all about meeting expectations for the bank and Wall Street and things like that. And you lose that, it loses its personality. People, they're people and they're treated well, but it's not the same, the culture. It's actually what made me want to leave and come back to a small company is the culture I find in a smaller company. There's a work-life balance. People respect each other. While there may be, how would I put it, there may be pressures, the motivating factor to continue to strive and do well and be productive at what you do can, in a larger company, is often based on just more and more pressure on you. Where in a family company, it's more the culture and the training and the support you get from the people around you. And that creates an environment that does motivate you to do better. So I longed for that again. And actually, when I met your father, I did the normal interview at a restaurant, and then with an HR manager there. And then we were hitting it off. So he said, come on in tomorrow. We come in, sat in his office, went through the financials, and we just chatted for a couple hours. And I would say after an hour, we were finishing each other's sentences, and that's how I knew it was the right thing. But it's really, and from a business standpoint too, a small family, not that we're small anymore, but a good-sized family company is more agile in the marketplace. And when things change, it can move easier and move in whatever direction it needs. There's a president or an owner who doesn't have to go to a board of directors to get a decision made. So, and I think during the pandemic that helped us because we knew what we had to do and we just got it done.
Yeah.
So I would really, I guess I'd use the word culture. I think that's the biggest reason. So.
It's funny that you bring that up because you're absolutely right. Our ability to navigate through the pandemic and to be able to make decisions on the fly with just a handful of key people who were, I'd bounce an idea off of you and then, okay, is it the right thing to do? All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
And that ability to sort of roll with it and kind of take those punches as they came, I think helped position us to be able to do the same thing coming out of the pandemic.
Right.
Whereas now, as you mentioned before, we're doing a little bit better than our competitors. And I think it's because we've been so agile, because we've been able to make those decisions. We've been able to make the investments that we've made in capital equipment and expand our capacity and build back our team. You mentioned before having to go through a layoff, and that was one of the most difficult things that I've ever had to deal with in my career. Sure. It was really nice to be able to, at a certain point, bring some of those people back onto the staff. But we're now almost back up to the same size as we were back in June of 2020, which is really just a testament to the people and how, and the culture, like you said, how hard I've all worked to endure through and to be able to come out the other side that much, much stronger.
Right. I am, in speaking with our bank, many companies have not rebounded as quickly as we have. You know, I sit with them. Matter of fact, I have a meeting next week with them, and they're I don't know if I would say they're surprised, but they're impressed, I think is a better word, that we've been able to take the dip we did, like many businesses did during the pandemic, and be able to rebound so quickly, and have an outlook of growth for the next few years, invest in equipment, automate. It's like we stubbed our toe and kept going, where a lot of companies are still struggling and still not sure if they're going to make it or not. So it's, and I say that's our culture, the people we have, and how dedicated they are.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. We've got a great team.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're continuing to add to that team, and, you know, our future's bright, and I'm looking forward to it.